Hello everyone, Pavlov is you, and I've got a beautifully crafted daily dose of Ukrainian accent today. We are talking about upper mid-segment planar magnetic headphones made by Sendy Audio named Egret. As usual, it's a really well-made model you can see on video, and of course they use premium materials, mainly it's metal, wood and leather, and the price is set to $800. For this price, you're getting their custom-made big planar magnetic drivers and their unique approach to the tuning. So everything is really interesting, and I'm pretty excited about this model. Let's have a closer look. Box is traditional for company. It's made of recycled cardboard, and I really like their approach. Style with stylish minimalistic polygraphy, really tight fitting lid. It's really well matching the box, and inside you'll get leather case, also really great quality, zipper and all accessories are done superbly here. So here you'll get headphones and the pouch with cable. So let's dig in. Just check out this cable, one of the fanciest cables I've seen with headphones. And it's terminated with Pentagon. Then you'll get an adapter from Pentagon to regular 3.5mm. And if you need 6.3mm connection, you are unlucky because you need to use two adapters connected one to another. But most likely it's much better to get some third-party adapter from the balanced Pentagon to 6.3mm connector. In any case, accessory set of course is matching these headphones well. Build quality and design are superb, so Sendy showed many times that they can create really beautiful headphones, especially if you are a fan of classical aesthetics and things made of metal, leather and wood. Just take a look at these grills, at their sophisticated, unusual shape. This precisely machined cups with interesting finish, and this headband. So headband made of springy steel. Clamping force is not big, but enough to hold headphones reliably on your head. These headphones are made for home usage, and only for home usage. They are absolutely open. So, of course, main focus here was made on the comfort. So a nice, well-adjustable head pad with these small pads. They are super soft and they distribute weight really well and don't overheat your top of your head. It slides from both sides, slides freely, so just move it to the smaller side, then put them on and adjust on your head by moving these connection points, and that's all what you need to do. All parts are machined from aluminum and they hold everything really well. Cups have 2 degrees of freedom. They're rotating in all dimensions to provide absolutely nice and accurate fit. They used pretty sophisticated shape of ear pads. You can see they are not angled, they are more complex than that. They are hybrid with fabric and some kind of pleather. So let's make our traditional measurements. Of course, it's just a rough estimation. 70mm here and about 55 here. In terms of depth, it's from 1 to 2 centimeters, depending on the parts where we will be measuring. Wearing comfort is great. They are soft and they are not heavy, so I really like them. And what I also like, they works well with my glasses. So here are cable connectors. Here use 3.5mm connections, typical nowadays, basically a standard. And once again, I will show this cable to you when I will be unwinding it. Just take a look at the markings. So this goes to the left ear, this one to the right, and here it is. Soft, but at the same time pretty thick with almost zero microphonics. Nice big wooden splitter with chin slider, and it goes down to the really solid Pentacon connector, so you can see how big it is. So overall, as for design, you can see yourself. Build quality is great, and the wearing comfort is superb. Ears are not overheating, but of course keep in mind that they are open back and they have almost zero sound isolation. So those are headphones created to listen music in some quiet environment. In terms of sound, these headphones are a great demonstration of versatility of the planar magnetic headphones technology, because on one hand they are really technical and detailed, and on the other hand they offer slightly warmer mids to make sound more engaging and musical. And planars allow to combine these two things that usually are pretty opposite. So bass goes deep, it has accent, and the main accent is made on mid bass, in my subjective opinion, the way it should be. But deeper layers of bass are also present, and when necessary, you getting them with all planar magnetic tightness and impact. Great texture rendering, and also nice amount of small nuances and details that makes acoustic and overall live instruments sound really lush with all nuances and details. At the same time, bass is well controlled and not dominating over the rest of frequencies. When it's present in the record, you'll get a nice weight, and when it's not necessary, these headphones won't be over pushing with low frequencies. So really good amount for those who like bass, but at the same time not overwhelming or over present. And first example, it's called Feed by Hugh, Laurie. Nice bass line here, really nicely recorded track overall, and great contrast between the bass line and other instruments. And Tempest by Juno Reactor. This track has a pretty long and exciting intro with deep bass going from left ear to right and vice versa, to give you that sense of coming tempest, of something moving towards you. And these headphones render that part really well. And of course, main fast part with punchy, engaging electronic bass line is also done in a really nice way. When it comes to the mids, they offers actually a pretty good resolution, but at the same time they are not making focus on the micro contrast like some other planar magnetic headphones does. Instead, they delivering more macro dynamics and more highlighted emotions. They are boosting this macro side a bit forward to make everything slightly less realistic, but more exciting. It's a nice trade-off for many genres and styles and for many preferences. So it's not some kind of drawback or flaw, just mindfully taking decision for the tuners of the headphones. Imagery stage is not huge, but noticeably above average in width and in depth. Width is slightly better than depth, but everything is well positioned. It's not that holographic type of stage that some planars deliver with absolutely precise positioning. Here you're getting a bit more coherent and organic representation, which sounds great, especially with live performed music. They are not critical for the quality of records, but of course better recorded material will be great with them. Really nice rendering of male vocals, but also female vocals are delivered well too. They are not boosting upper mids too much, but still when necessary they deliver nice amount of presence. First example, it's Painkiller by Judas Priest, and on this track you'll notice this hint of additional weight because the guitars getting a bit more weight than they have with more natural planars. But overall, vocal sounds engaging, drums are forward and really groovy, and the guitars are also shredding really well. And Baker Street by Livingston Taylor, that's an example of great male vocal and really nice representation of these headphones, really great match for the male vocals, at least in my subjective opinion. And the treble, actually, like what you expect from good planars, you're getting here. Superb extension, maybe not maximum, but really nice. Good, maybe not perfect, but really good layering, proper attacks and decays, and nice, really well-chosen amount of high frequencies. So they are realistic, they are multi-layered, and they are energetic, but not too forward. So you'll get all that overtones, you'll get all that fading nuances, you'll get all nuances of the room, but at the same time you won't get too much sharpness or overblowing performance or really harsh, unpleasant high frequencies. First example, it's Barbados by Poon. Nice record, really high quality, even album is called Audiophile Jazz Prologue, and a lot of instruments, lot of overtones, pretty complex high frequencies, and these headphones deliver them really well. And Tuomas Holopainen, A Lifetime of Adventure, great symphonic piece with great female vocal and overall sense of the scale, with orchestral part, with all that special effects that put in this track, and you getting that immersion into the epicness of this track. Really great experience with these headphones too. In terms of pairings, of course, they require extra power. Not too much, but still more than average. So keep this in mind, that they are created for some good players with a lot of power on tap, or for some desktop deck amplifier combo. I prefer to pair them with natural sources without attempts to compensate them, to highlight their mid frequencies, or vice versa, to pair them with something natural to make them a bit more aggressive. I prefer natural source and let these headphones show their own character. In terms of comparisons, only planar magnetic model in similar price range I can recall, it's Fosse i5. Fosse slightly more natural and slightly more detailed on the mid frequencies, but at the same time this headphones offers deeper and more layered bass, and also more mature treble, and overall like more musical and engaging representation. Unfortunately, I haven't heard FIO FT7, which probably is another competitor in price range, and a lot of hi-fi models, they often offer some discounts, so I'm not sure which current model fits in this price range, but I didn't test them recently. Anyway, so overall, if you're looking for really good fancy headphones with musical but at the same time technical representation, Sendy Audio definitely worth your attention. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.